The Los Angeles Lakers just finalized a three-team deal with the Utah Jazz and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The trade entails that Minnesota's guard D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt all go to the Los Angeles Lakers, while Mike Conley and picks go to the Timberwolves, and Russell Westbrook plus a top 4 protected 2027 first-round pick from the Lakers go to the Jazz. Also in that deal, Juan Toscano Anderson and Damian Jones are both finding a new home in Utah, while Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going from Utah to the Timberwolves. There's a lot to unpack here, but we're going to be focusing primarily on the Los Angeles Lakers this video and asking the question, does this trade make the Los Angeles Lakers title contenders now? Right now, the Lakers sit as the 13th seed in the Western Conference, and they're 5 games below 500, which means they have a lot of playing catch up to do. On the bright side, they're only 5 games, or 4 games actually, away from the 8th seed, which makes this really interesting. The main thing I like about this trade is that Rob Pelinka and the Lakers went out and they got it. If you guys watched my video on the Utah Jazz the other day, talking about Lauri Markkanen and the future of the team, you would know that I knew, or I guess I was inferring, that the Utah Jazz would be in the seller's market come the deadline and kind of say, okay, we know we could be competitive, but it's time to just cash in on what we got. And I feel like for one first-round pick and for one rotational piece in Russell Westbrook, they got a ton out of this trade. Obviously, they lost Juan Toscano Anderson, but, I mean, he really did not get that much PT and did not really look that good in LA. He looked a lot better in a Golden State Warriors jersey, I'll be the first to say. Or honestly, probably not the first to say. But giving up those rotational pieces, they got 3 more than quality starters in D'Angelo Russell, who's a borderline all-star in the last month or so, has been looking a lot more elite on offense, and he's having the most efficient year of his career. They got Malik Beasley, who can easily give you 15 to 20 points on any given night at a pretty efficient rate. He's almost shooting 40% from 3. And then you got the defensive wing slash big and Jared Vanderbilt that this team has desperately needed, someone outside of Wayne Gabriel or Rui Hachimura to kind of just get a body on those bigger defenders. That is the one gripe I do have with this. I wish that they would have gotten some more wing depth. However, Malik Beasley obviously plays a little bit of that 2 and 3. Jared Vanderbilt plays a little bit of that 3 and 4, depending on the given night. And then obviously D'Angelo Russell kind of helps be a facilitator for hopefully this is hopefully what they wanted, you know, Russell Westbrook to be, was someone who can facilitate the offense while LeBron's on the bench. D'Angelo has proven himself time and time again since his days in Brooklyn that he can be an elite level playmaker and just a quick playmaker and make quick decisions. It's going to help because Lonnie Walker is more of a shooting point guard and a score first point guard, and then you have Pat Bev, who's more of a defensive minded point guard. So honestly, I think they have a lot of really good, you know, point guards in this locker room. It's not like there's any confusion because Russ and Pat Bev kind of play a little bit similar. Obviously, Russell excels at, you know, the playmaking and the rebounding and just the being a better player. But that's besides the point because they still have that 2029 first round pick that Rob Pelinka did say that they are willing to trade if the right thing presents itself, or if like this, they just go out and get this trade. Obviously, they have until 1 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday. We're going to see a lot of different trades popping off tomorrow, and you never know what kind of wing talent they could go out there and acquire. You know, they could acquire a Bojan Bogdanovic, someone who can shoot the ball and just score the ball efficiently. You know, they could go out there and acquire a Gary Harris, someone who's a great, you know, guard slash wing defender. There is a lot of names on the market right now that are more than accessible for the Los Angeles Lakers, especially if they're willing to dip into that luxury tax. But for right now, it seems like the Lakers got their 7 to 8 man rotation when it comes playoff time, because obviously in the playoffs you're only playing 7 to 8, and those 7 or 8 are probably LeBron, Anthony Davis, Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, Thomas Bryant, Rui Hachimura, Lonnie Walker the fourth, Pat Bev, and then Jared Vanderbilt. Pat Bev's minutes may see a fall off, or I guess it's going to be whoever rises to the occasion or doesn't rise to the occasion is going to see a fall off in the playoff when it comes to these point guards. But only time will tell. The Lakers, they have to play a ton of catch-up if they want to be title contenders. But honestly, in recent years, I haven't seen a roster from the Lakers that I've liked more than this since that 2020 roster when you had, you know, 7 to 8 serviceable, more than serviceable role players. I really do think that's what wins championship, when you have guys who know their role and understand how to just treat their superstars, you know, and play off the ball from their superstars. if you have LeBron and Anthony Davis and they're both healthy on the same court, that team is probably a championship contender. And I guess it doesn't really matter if they're only the 8 seed. I mean, all it takes, guys, just looking at the Western Conference, the Pelicans are the 8 seed. I don't see them staying the 8 seed. I could see them moving up the, the rankings and the echelon. But look at the Timberwolves and the Jazz, who currently hold the 9 and 10 seed. All it takes is the Lakers to string together 5 wins in 7 games, you know what I'm saying, going 5-2, or even winning like 8 out of their 10 games. I know that's a lot to ask for, but all it takes is them to do that, and then the Timberwolves and the Jazz to lose some games, or the Pelicans to lose some games, or the Warriors, who just lost Steph Curry, to lose some games, and then next thing you know, you're in the playoffs and playing, fighting for a shot. And then when it comes to the playoffs, it's really down to coaching and matchups. So do I think this Los Angeles Lakers team is a title contender? I guess it's not so far-fetched to say that they could, become a title contender, especially if Anthony Davis is healthy, especially if LeBron keeps playing the way he's playing, and they can just put this scoring title behind him. I know Darvin Ham and some of the other guys in the Laker locker room have not been really happy with how the game is translated as LeBron's been chasing the scoring title. But hopefully they can just put all this behind us. Anthony can stay healthy. They can make some use out of that 2029 first-round pick. And, guys, the ceiling is really, the sky's the limit for this Lakers team. If they finish as an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5 seed, and they can just have some great momentum going into the playoffs, who really knows what could happen? The only team in the Western Conference that, in my eyes, looks like a lock or really unbeatable or is a favorable matchup would be the Denver Nuggets. And then on paper, I would say the Clippers match up pretty well against them. And if they're fully healthy, the Suns match up all right against them, and they've beaten them in previous playoff series. So it's going to be very, very interesting, guys. But what do you think? Does this trade put the Lakers over the edge? Did they fleece the Utah Jazz? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this trade. This is a double upload today, the first time I've ever done this on this channel. I'm actually losing subscribers a pretty decent amount. I was just at 602, and now I'm at 598. So if you made it this far and really enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe. It really helps a lot. I appreciate your guys' support as always. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.